Do we have liftoff?
Uh, we haven't crashed and burned yet, so
Wait. All right.
we're
Well,
going down.
it
No, I'm just kidding. All right.
it is once again time for the Dungeons and the Dragons. We left off last time with Tom B of Anal Nation. Um, in the middle of this kind of underground river slash cavern system thing. Um, I'm just gonna get Fib out of the wall here as I move y'all back to the map. There we go. So underground river cavern system thing. There's a chest that is suspended above some water that you all figured out is in fact trapped. If you try to pick it and you do a real bad job, sucks you into it and then locks you in, drops down into the water and forces you to attempt to do your best Houdini impersonation. Um, Probably not to very much success. So it sounded like there might be some thoughts on getting the thing open, or maybe people were just going to let it be. I'm not sure what we settled on last time, and I think that was
Was the chest
partially.
magical?
So let me read the fine details of such matters so as not to mislead you.
Okay.
Because you did do an identify, so you would have a handle on this. Okay. So, it has evocation magic, kind of lingering about it, and you would know from your identifying that if you fail, but like not too badly, the skull that forms part of the keyhole bites down on the apparatus that you're using to try and pick the lock, breaking it. Breaking the apparatus, not the lock. If the check fails pretty significantly badly, the magical trap that is cast upon this thing will teleport the person trying to open it inside the locked chest, whereupon they are restrained. The chains holding the chest above the water would then release it, and it would sink to the bottom of the pool.
So here's a question.
Yeah.
Would I know that if you could be able to teleport out of the chest?
Um, if you have a means of teleporting, that
Happens while you're restrained.
yes, that's the big thing.
I do.
Okay.
You sure about that?
Yeah. Dimension
This
Door
is where on a Wednesday night I'd be like, read your shit, man.
Dimension
'Cause-
Door is verbal, and I just have to know the place exists.
Okay.
Um,
Well then, that is a potential thing.
so would hypothetically, if knowing that I could get in and get out, would I be able to get in, grab whatever is in there, and get out with that stuff? Because Dimension Door, I can take somebody with me of my size or bigger, or my size or smaller. I mean, sorry. So like,
Yeah, I mean, basically, if you can carry what is in the chest, you can get out. Like, a pile of loot does not count as a person.
no. But
So
if I can grab a handful of shit that's in there, like I'm not gonna be.
yeah, if you get bamfed in, and then you're like, okay, I'm in a chest, I'm just gonna like grab with my arms, like big bear hug on whatever loot I'm like closest to or you know pressed up against, and then bamf back out. That could totally be a thing.
We have a
What
bag of
if
holding, don't
there's
we? Or
a
no?
body? I don't think so. I don't think they were selling any.
Crap. Because it'd be nice to just
Drip.
jump in there with a bag of holding, scoop it all in, and then just pop out.
I have bags, but no bags of holding.
Do you have the ability to disarm it? To like dispel the magic?
I do not have disarm traps, and I do not have a level of a spell high enough to cast spell magic anymore because it is late in the day.
Okay.
There was some rage dispelling that happened earlier,
Oh,
if you
that's
recall.
right. I forgot about that. Okay. All right. No worries.
If you wait a day,
I mean, do we want to? Because there may actually be something in this chest.
if I have a chance to have armor,
I mean,
Well,
that
you
would
could
be a chance.
try picking it,
Ah,
and if not, we can try and dispel magic tomorrow.
all right. I mean, yeah, I can. You know what? Let's do. You guys are cool with me blowing my big spell for the day. I'm.
What time of day is it?
Let's see. It would be probably halfway through your normal like adventuring day.
well, are we just gonna wait here anyways?
What else was? So we killed the thing that was in the mouth, and then
Yeah, so quick recap. You
yeah.
entered the tomb. You killed the thing inside the mouth, which was like a shadow demon or some shit. You looked through a window, which you broke, and then Fib went through and Boromired. And then you cleared out all the undead that riddled Fib with arrows. And you opened the sarcophagus that was in that room, finding a ring. Fib was the first to grab said ring, and a thing may have happened or may have not happened when she first touched said ring. Said ring was later revealed to be a ring of protection. Proceeding north through the first of two secret doors that you found a long hallway with a big statue holding a big metal shield with a pile of rusty stuff all around the bottom of it. Cyrene walked in and was immediately super magnetized all the way over to the edge of the hallway, clanging against the shield and having all of her exposed metal things, including her fancy +1 armor, disintegrate before her eyes. On the other side of that hall, there was a circular room with a fountain that nobody like super explored. Then there was kind of a loop around to the central stairway balcony situation that seems to lead to several other floors of this dungeon. Most of you are currently through the southern door off the ring and sarcophagus room, down in this underground river situation, kind of, all like arms crossed looking at this chest like, okay, what are we going to do? So that is the thing. How would you like to proceed?
Alright, I'll look at Cyrene and I'll say, can't you just freeze the water underneath it so we can
You're
just...
cutting out like a motherfucker right now.
Oh, sorry. Better?
For now.
Alright, I'll look at Cyrene and say, can't you just freeze the water like you've done before underneath it, and we'll just spring the trap and just drag the chest out from falling? And then we can just kind of take care of it at our own leisure?
Sure.
Okay.
I freeze the water.
So, I guess what I'll do, I guess I'll be the guinea pig, and I'll look to Thorv and I'll say, when it springs and drops, please drag it off to somewhat dry land so I don't drown. And
There's no dry land.
Well, there is back. Like.
You want us to drag it all the way up the stairs?
Just
I
drag
mean,
it to where I won't
it's
drown.
frozen. It
Yeah.
is. You won't drown in frozen.
No, I know. But just back so
It
that
We're
lasts
not
an
dragging
hour.
it upstairs.
That's fine, but. Alright.
I'm sure we'll figure out someplace to leave the chest.
So. Well, anyway, I guess I will go up and. I don't have thieves' tools or anything.
I make my ice. I start sculpting a little bit of ice to look like my armor.
I have a small
Sad
knife.
music starts playing.
Yeah.
Can I attempt to pick this lock with no lock picking training or anything?
What are you gonna use?
I have a small knife. I have a dagger. I have a few like
Okay.
small
Yeah,
implements.
you can try with the knife. I would say you'd have to make a dex check with disadvantage.
All right.
See, at work, my most common lockpicking tool is a ruler, so don't judge
Nice.
lockpicking tools based off their
Yeah. Okay. So immediately the lock bites down on the knife, snapping the tip off. And as Lucius begins to like pull what's left of it out of the mechanism, you see his being start to discorporate and get sucked in through the gaping mouth of the keyhole. Lucius, you suddenly find yourself cramped in this little box. You're having a hard time breathing,
Okay.
and you are restrained in the dark. Okay. So I think actually we're gonna roll some initiative here.
Okay.
Yeah. Because thing. Does this work? Yes, it does. Okay. Cool. So that's the thing. What does anybody else do?
The box fall yet?
Yes, the box basically as soon as all of that happens, chains kind of like rattle and they just come unattached from the ceiling of this cavern.
I'll grab some of the chains and drag it back towards where we're at.
Okay.
Drag the chest back.
Fib jumps out of the way.
I ask you if you would like to hit it really hard to try and break the lock off. Like, is it like, can you hit it really hard and break the lock?
So, unless there's some kind of magical protection on this thing, it looks like it would probably be easier to just like hack your way through the chest.
Okay, that was what I was wondering. Is the chest magical or just the lock?
Well, that would be a thing to. Oh well, yeah, you did identify. So
Yeah.
you wouldn't have picked up any magical protection on the structure itself.
Okay, I would have mentioned that then.
Yes, you could pass that on for sure.
So. And I'm gonna just kind of wait a couple minutes and try to. Yeah, I know it's rough moving. I just want to try to feel around if I can feel anything while this.
Yeah. So Lucius, as you're in there, you kind of like I'm picturing you. You're kind of like fetal position with your belly like kind of down.
Yeah.
And so as you try and like move your arms as best you can, you feel them sliding around on top of what feels like some coin.
Okay.
And then beyond that, we'll call it a perception check. You're using your sense of touch more than anything, but still it is perception. Okay. So it feels like maybe a tankard or a mug or something in here.
All right,
and then
I'm gonna grab onto that if I can.
Okay, and then like sweeping your other arm over, apart from the coin, you do feel seems like maybe a something made of ivory or bone, something like that.
All right, I'm gonna
Kinda
gingerly
tell
grab
exactly.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna yeah, I'll bamf out rather than.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just dimension door. I want to go right back to between Gromod and Fib, basically, like in that little corner there.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Cool. So they're like dragging the chest over, and then you just poof, appear outside of it.
Yes.
And yeah, in your hands, looking down and actually getting a glimpse at your recovered treasure for the first time, you see in one hand a gold tankard embossed with a sad face.
Oh.
and a stoppered bone tube. Kind of familiar, like you've seen one of these before. It's probably a scroll case of some kind.
Ooh, okay. So quick examination of this little tankard. Does it look like it has any arcane runes on it? Anything like that?
Make an Arcana check.
All right.
I just let
Oh God.
Thor wail on it, trying to open it. Anyways,
Actually, as I pop out and I'm looking, I'll be like, oh, by the way, there's some coin in there. As I'm kind of looking at this mug. So,
I'm assuming we would definitely open it then. So
yeah.
Okay.
So, I don't see any arcane markings that I.
you do not.
All right. So.
Although,
I guess...
like, it is a gold tankard, so that's
Yeah.
pretty baller anyway.
Yeah. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go up and even though just to make sure, I'm gonna go. Was this dry land or is this just foam?
So that is where there was like a lingering cloud of gas that ignited when the flint affixed to the door struck the wall.
Okay, but is it dry floor in there? Or
So where you see the cloud, no. The steps
Okay.
leading up and off of that, which would be just to the north, would lead you back to that room where you fought the undead and found the ring and all.
And that's safe. We spent some time in that room.
You did, yeah.
Okay. So I'll retreat up to that room and just spend 10 minutes, and I'm gonna identify this cup, and
Okay.
or same time I'll pull the scroll out and check it out.
Cool. So yeah, you go up there, and does anybody else have anything they want to do? It sounded like maybe you were cracking into the chest in the meantime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take a couple swings at it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for it because it's
Okay.
got a low enough AC and low enough hit points that, like, honestly, it's probably like 2, maybe 3 attacks from Thor, and you crack the thing open, and inside you find 300 gold. Yeah.
All right. Who's able to carry this much weight?
You hear from up the stairs. I think I can.
Well, I can now that I lost my home.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, never mind.
300 gold.
300 gold, yeah. And so as the cracking of the chest concludes, Lucius, you finish identifying the gold tankard.
Yes.
And there is a minor transmutation enchantment on this thing. That changes the sad face into a smiley face when the tankard is filled.
Oh my God!
Like
All right.
Royal Mod.
So, all right. So that's good. I'm gonna set that to the side. I know exactly what I'm gonna use that for. And so I'm going to pull out the scroll then and check it out.
Okay. Let's see. Because this might be a thing that you just recognize. I want to see whose stuff this... Yeah, okay. You would recognize this immediately. This is a scroll of Remove Curse.
Ooh! Okay, this is something I can do. Alright, well, I'm going to very gingerly roll it back up, stick it back in the bone tube, and seal it, and put it in with my spell book.
Okay, cool.
I will get up, grab the mug, and I'm gonna go find Groyomod.
Okay.
So, and I assume it's probably pretty easy to find him.
Should be relatively easy, yeah.
Alright, so I'll approach Groyomod and I'll say, hey, Groyomod, check this out, I got this, and I'll hold out the mug. I'll say, I got this mug in that chest. I'm gonna pull out my little water skin that I have, and I'll crack it open and I'll say, watch the face on it, and I'm gonna dump the water in until it turns happy.
I don't like that it did that.
It's completely safe. It's just a minor illusion, but it's just kind of funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's like you though. It's happy when you've got.
I'm usually not happy when someone just dumps water in one of my holes.
Well, no, but if you put beer in one of your holes, you're happy.
I mean, I've only tried with one hole. It might make me happy in other holes.
I wouldn't recommend trying too many holes, but I just figured you might enjoy this. It's completely innate. It's not gonna hurt you. I checked it out. It's just something kind of silly.
Okay.
So.
Nice.
Yep, I will give it to him. if he wants it, of course. If not, the next one was going to be Thorb.
Just to clarify, this is a cup that smiles when it's full?
Yeah.
Yep. It is a gold tankard with a frowny face on it that turns into a smiley face when it's filled up.
All right. I think he finds it like reasonably amusing.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and what I figured is like you could take it to a bar with you and have them fill that up, and it'd just be like, when it's sad, I'm sad. It just have them keep filling it up if it's looking sad.
Oh, also because you guys are D&D PCs and you just know these things, the smiley gold tankard is worth 250 gold.
Hey, there you
Nice.
go. With the enchantment,
Hey.
just in general.
Specifically this tankard as it is worth
Okay.
250.
Hey, that's cool.
It's
In worst
so
case, we've got
magical.
250. Yeah.
It seems lightly touched with magic to me, so I can understand why.
Yeah.
Yeah. maybe a little bit.
Well, and I honestly have never really tried to lead Gromod astray on magical stuff, so. Or at least I feel like I haven't. Tried to.
Apart from making beer taste like lizard tails.
Oh, but that was just fun. And
Yeah.
It didn't really matter anyway.
It's just a little white lie. Just, I was lying for your benefit. That's fine and healthy.
And now you're a drunkard and your life is ruined.
No, he's not. He's the dragon
I do still
slayer.
have my macros.
He slayed a dragon after drinking beer for the first time. I mean, think of what else he could do.
Correlation. Causation.
Oh, only one. 24? Good lord, Nico.
Okay. So yeah, that's a thing. You guys have your 300 gold and your scroll, fancy tankard, and nobody has drowned. So hey,
Yay.
go you. Alf Pete is very concerned. What?
For us?
Just in general, I think he's just like,
I sneezed a couple times in a row, and that was really
Oh.
concerning.
oh,
was-
stop
that
dying.
was-
Then I mean, this is
Yeah.
clearly your fault. Okay. So anyway, that excitement being out of the way, there are essentially two unexplored paths of which you're currently aware. There is the other run of the river leading east and then north from the stairs. Alternatively, there is going back to the big stairwell situation in what seems like the middle of the dungeon and either taking the stairs or going around to the other side of this floor, neither of which you've. So I guess really three ways for.
Want to explore the river while we're here?
I can, yeah.
Why not?
Okay. So, yeah, we don't need to worry too much about moving minis at this point because this is like a stretch that kind of passes underneath other parts of the dungeon. Basically, what you find as you go scouting this all out is once there's that left turn that kind of brings you in kind of a northeastern direction, this river goes on for a fair bit. As you travel north, the flow of the water is with you, and it's not more than 20-30 feet before you see above you the grate that Lucius was looking down through on the way in, just past the face with the shadow demon thing. Um, beyond that, the river continues, kind of alternating between passing under meticulously carved masonry and what looks like kind of a naturally occurring cavern stream situation. And so, let's see, you pass under the grate, then there's more cave. And then you pass under what looks like another carved out area, probably roughly corresponding with the hall that wraps around from the stairwell to the magnet hallway. And then there's another jog of the river, passes beneath some other room that seems a bit farther in than anything explored thus far. And then you follow it, it winds a bit more, and eventually you reach a point where you see a flight of steps leading up from the water to what is clearly the not so secret side of a secret door. And you hear further down the underground river situation a point where it seems to flow over an edge, creating some sort of fall. You have an eye line on the stairs, and you can only hear the water going over the edge. Would you like to explore either of these, or would you like to check out other options?
I would like to explore the waterfall,
Okay.
in my opinion. I'm not going to go alone.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like a vote. So
I'll follow at a distance where I'm not going to trip and fall off the edge or anything like that.
Well, yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
going to trip and fall off the edge. You don't have to follow a long way behind
I
me.
will
I'm-
trip and fall
Yeah.
off the edge and take both of them with me.
Don't worry, I will handle that for all of us.
I will stand on the edge and laugh at
I
you.
am not going to follow too far because I'm not. I got too many swirlies as a kid. I don't really like this.
Okay.
So.
So, I mean, are there any objections to then following the water to wherever it terminates, at least for this level?
I'm gonna send Stratos and have Stratos just
Okay.
kind of rest on Sirene's shoulders, assuming she has.
Okay.
And just I'll
Yeah.
watch through Stratos' eyes if I'm needed.
All right, cool. I won't move minis yet until necessary for whatever reason. But basically, you follow this relatively shallow flowing water around one last bend beyond the stairway leading up. And let's see. Is it safe to assume at this point that Tyranny has cast light on a thing and is
Yeah.
kind of just rolling with that? Okay.
Yeah.
So in that case, you round this bend and you see it's a hole about 20 feet across with a small ledge on the other side of it. The water runs over the edge, crashing down to some area down below. See if you can actually make out where this place is. Let's see. The underground river plunges into a dark, rocky chasm. Cold air swirls up from below like the breath of some monstrous creature. Through the gloom, you spot an ornate treasure chest resting on a ledge opposite your vantage.
Stratos is.
Yeah.
How far away is this ledge?
This ledge would be about a 15-foot jump.
Stratos is gonna fly over and check it out.
Okay.
It's a mimic. Eats Stratos.
He's not gonna get too close. He's just gonna kind of fly around it and look for any funny
You
business.
ate my fucking snake!
Yeah, I'm gonna have to blow a fucking chest up. Like, and I'm running short on supplies for Stratos, so.
Okay. So yeah, you send Stratos over across this like 15-foot gap, and yeah, I mean it's a chest, fancy chest, but a chest.
Alright, you know what? Since Stratos is badass like he is, am I still close enough that I could Shocking Grasp through him?
Let's see.
If not,
Yeah, you
I'll
could
move
be.
closer.
I think you could be.
Um,
What's the requirement on that one?
I think it's like 100 feet. It may. I don't.
I mean, okay, you can situate yourself in such a way that there's not really any question.
Okay.
I'll say that.
So, I'll do that, and I'm gonna have Stratos kind of swing around behind this chest, and basically go in, zap the thing, and get out, because he can do that, because he's awesome.
Okay.
I want to just zap the chest and see if anything happens.
Like super paranoid about the chest.
Well, the last couple chests have tried to fucking eat me.
That's fair.
At least the last one.
Okay. So yeah, you send Stratos around, and we like, hear the crackling of the electricity from his little flying snake body. And it like loops around to get in range. The chest uses its held action
Okay.
to yeah, basically the back part of the chest just extends and wraps around Stratos and sucks him in.
Can I bamf Stratos away, or no?
Not really, because this is like,
Okay.
triggering a held action kind of situation.
No worries. Alright, so Stratos is done. He's gone.
Yeah, he takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, so he's gone.
Stop killing Stratos.
So, from around the corner you hear, "It ain't my fucking snake!" and then
I warned you.
And then 6 seconds later, you just see a fucking fireball whizzing around and detonates right over on top of that chest. So
Pete is very concerned.
yes.
He liked that snake.
No, not
Has he-
Stratos.
Has he been somewhere? Has he been fed for dinner?
I did not feed him dinner. That could be a thing.
We
Yeah,
should have
that's-
taken some crab home for him.
Obviously. Okay, so
You had
The
that snake
chest
what, an
needs to-
hour? If that.
what was that?
You had the snake what, an hour?
Yeah. Yeah. This dungeon sucks ass. I hate it.
Okay, so the chest gets an 8 on its dex save.
28 points of fire damage.
Uh-huh.
So, at this point, I'm heading toward everybody else so I can get sight on this chest.
Okay. So yeah, I guess this is the part where I'm gonna like move people
Yeah.
and we can kind of figure some shit out. Actually, what I can do is clump y'all up and copy paste, cut paste, because I'm advanced. That I feel like I'm missing one
Cyrene.
of you. No, Cyrene's already over there.
Oh, is she? Oh.
Thorv, where did Thorv
Yeah,
go?
I'm down the river a little ways before the grate.
Oh, yep.
Next to where Fib was.
I gotcha. Do darkness. Well, not yet. Darkness. Actually, never, because there will always be at least one of you on the map. Paste you in. Well, damn, roll 20. I didn't know this was going to be that difficult. There we go.
3 hard, 5 me.
And get Lucius out of the wall.
No.
Hmm.
I don't even know where we are.
yeah.
There we are.
That. Okay. Yeah. And I'm gonna go ahead and move the fucking mimic that I'm using for the first time ever as a DM. Weird, huh?
I told you it was a mimic
Um,
and that it was going to eat Stratos. And what happened?
It ate my fucking snake.
Okay. Why is Sirenny the only one on initiative?
Yeah, I was wondering.
What is happening?
I don't know.
Because I didn't
Why-
do that. And I don't know how. Anyway,
It's the
Um,
same initiative as it was earlier.
there you
Yeah,
go.
that checks out with that that initiative.
And then we can roll again for Fib, just in case. Had a 14. Second go gives her a
22.
22. Think she'll take that one.
Fib loves this advantage so much.
Okay, so
We rolled
fittingly,
very well.
Lucius, I suppose I'll say you can do another thing if you want to. And actually, you were in fireballing range, so I'll put you like here.
Oh, hey, I can actually see it now. Okay.
Yeah, I figure that makes sense, right?
Yeah. Alright, so, let me grab the measuring tool that I haven't used in forever. Oh, not a problem. Alright, so, you're just
Yeah,
gonna
look
see
at that.
Yeah, you're just gonna see me spin up, and I'm not too sure, so I'm gonna spin up my old, necrotic, basically I'm gonna make a necrotic flaming sphere, and I'm going to throw it.
Cool.
I will do it at level 3.
That's too high.
And I'm going to throw it so that it lands right here. Right in the way of this.
Kamehameha. Anyway, there you go.
So, yep, and I'll hit it.
Sweet. Deck save, because realistically, this thing is super boned. Probably won't even get to move, but we'll see. Fun to have it, at least potentially a threat. Okay, natural 20 on the deck save this time.
Okay, well, does it take half damage? Yeah, half on a
Probably.
successful.
Yep.
So
Okay.
it takes 5.
Cool. Anything else?
And I think that's how far away was I from it? So I may want to get. Yeah, I want to get. Is that spot next to Sirenny? Is that actually a spot right there?
Yeah, that could be a spot.
All right, I want to get there, then.
Cool.
Just so I'm in range, just in case.
All right. Fib, what do you do?
Run so I can see it. Fib's just gonna cast a chill touch out.
Yeah, you are.
Poof.
Creepy hand.
That was good damage. It reaches
Yeah.
out and just starts stroking the chest.
While it's being necrotically assaulted by this ball of death.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mine's
All of necrotic damage.
Wait, did you make your flame spear necrotic, or are you talking about my
Yes.
hand?
No, mine was necrotic.
So
too.
it's being assaulted by all the necrotic
Yeah.
damage.
Yep.
Your hand's just like giving it a wet willy.
Yeah, my hand's like digging itself in the keyhole.
Yeah.
Going in your hole.
Scratching around in there, yeah.
I'm gonna back up too so other people can get in there.
Nice. Okay. Bag of nails. Gonna try and do a thing. Do. Ooh, yes. He has advantage against this thing. And is gonna shoot it with his longbow.
Because it's his favorite enemy.
This is the moment he's been waiting for his whole
Yes.
life. He's the only surviving member of his litter. It was all eaten by a mimic.
Ooh.
Okay, so that. I think he does extra damage against this thing. Not even a concern. So, yeah, we see the necrotic damage just like begin to turn the now obviously not wooden surface of this thing, like a kind of ashy gray color, and a single arrow just comes whizzing by everybody on the front line, and probably shoots like right through the creepy hand and like into the keyhole, and we just see the whole thing kind of like crumble into just this like pile of dehydrated, like weird organic matter just sitting there on the ledge opposite you guys. And that's it.
Okay. Well, that was easy.
Yeah, all it took was, burning a couple of decent level spells, and it was...
I roll my necrotic ball through its fucking remains a couple times.
Ah!
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I see anything like that's not the chest, or like not the mimic?
That's not dried out remains.
Yeah.
Well, you do not.
So okay. I'm just gonna throw my ball down into the pit and see what happens. After 60 feet, it goes away, but I
Okay.
just want to see if it hits bottom.
Well, let's see here. Let me just scroll down to whatever area 64 is.
5 shy of being my favorite.
Hey.
59 is my favorite too.
Don't forget about Area 51, though. That's like a solid
Yeah.
second
That is
place.
a good one.
The room you have to Naruto run through.
That's great.
Okay, yeah, I don't think you would even hear any sort of like reaction before it reached the 60 feet.
Okay, so I'll say, well, that's deep. That's at least 60 feet down.
I mean,
Drop a rock
can
over
I?
the edge.
Yeah, can I cast light on a rock and throw it down? Like I feel like I can find a rock.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Pick up
Okay.
a rock, go. Doop.
Yeah. All right, so you throw a rock down, and I mean, if you had to guess, you'd say it's probably not much more than 60.
Huh.
But eventually, it is like kind of swallowed up by water at the bottom. You see the light kind of just fade down into the obscuring liquid below.
There you go. Recast light on my shield so I can see up here.
Cool. And actually, go ahead and make a perception check.
Should I as well, since I'm kind of standing right next to her?
Yeah, go for it.
20.
Nice.
Fine, upstage me.
I'm sorry.
So you hear like it's kind of muddied by the sound of the water impacting below, but with your abnormally high perception checks, you are pretty sure that you hear like a mechanical clicking and whirring, as though like there's some sort of massive clockwork mechanism somewhere in the direction that those falls kind of lead down to. But yeah, that's a thing.
So I'll look at Tyranny. So you hear that? You hear that ticking or?
Yeah, I hear that too.
Well, we shouldn't go down there today, I don't think, because
Yeah, I agree.
I'm nearly tapped on spells, and I need a new snake, but if I can take a little time, I can get Stratos back and have him go take a look.
Yeah, well. Yeah, we can deal with this later.
Okay.
I mean, we might not even need to ever deal with it. So. but it's good to know that it exists.
Yeah, I mean, I still want to see what it is. So I'm gonna be sending Stratos down here later, I think, to just see what's going on. And
Nico, what's that?
That is TikTok from Return to Oz.
Is that a Wizard of Oz?
Yes, it's the sequel to Wizard of Oz.
Got that little mustache.
So.
Okay,
I guess
so
I'm gonna make my way up to dry land, and as soon as I get up there, pull out my spell book and start trying to bring Stratos back.
okay, so let's take a quick break here, so we can take care of a very concerned pup. And then yeah, maybe in like 5 minutes we'll be back and figure stuff out here.
And we'll all die.